everybody. Okay, so today I am doing a speed build. I wanted to challenge myself and do a base game build because I never do base game builds at all. So I wanted to challenge myself and do a base game build. So all the items in this game are all base game. So you can download it off the gallery super easily. I know whenever I'm trying to download stuff off the gallery, I don't have all of the stuff packs and all that, so it's really hard to like download stuff because it all just disappears when you put it on a lot because I don't have the stuff. So I'm trying to do some more base game builds so that way, people who don't have all the packs can download, still some nice houses. So the original idea for this house, I was going to just kind of, look around and do some, items. And then I kind of realized a lot of the base game items are like older looking, like more like classic looking, not modern, not, contemporary, anything like that. So I kind of switched gears halfway through right about here where I was like, you know what? I'm going to make it a like grandma style house, like an older house, like lots of browns, neutral colors, kind of older looking furniture, stuff like that. So I wanted to try to do that. I really do like this build. I thought it was really fun because it got me out of my comfort zone for sure. So here I am switching all of the windows to brown again, because what else do I do? And because with the pandemic going on, no one's really feeling very comforted right now. So I wanted to kind of go back and channel my grandma's house, my great grandma's house, and kind of be like, this is super cute. I'm going to do this and see how it turns out. And I also wanted to allow for like babies, like for, the kids and the grandkids and stuff like that to come visit. So that's why I did put a little toddler high chair up there. And then you'll see I did incorporate some more kids stuff in there, all still base game, which I double checked before I downloaded it to the gallery. So you can download it. My handle on Origin is Malpal62398. So you can go ahead and check that out and see kind of what you think, and if you like it, definitely make some changes if you don't love it. I actually was inspired by a house in one of the neighborhoods that I walk around every single day because I'm quarantined to my neighborhood, and it like has the entrance being like in kind of an alcove from the street, which I really liked. I thought that was super cute. So I wanted to try to incorporate that because I like to take inspiration from houses that I see when I'm walking around. I actually want to do a build for this other house soon, so stay tuned for the speed build coming up from that. And then, these cabinets, I just was like, it just looks so old. And, so I was like, I'm going to just kind of play with it and see. And I remember the trash bin, which is like a shocker for me. And then I really liked those lights. I thought those lights were really awesome. And they're super, super bright. And it just looks like a light that would be like in my great grandma's house. So, and I wanted to play around a little bit with like the upper cabinetry. So here I am trying to put them as like an overhang, like look into the living room. And then I just felt like they were way too tall. So I switched them to one of the custom cabinetry, one of the smaller ones. I do like the look of the kitchen. I thought it was very nice. I know I usually just do like kitchens against walls, so I wanted to try to do a little bit of an island. I also love that flooring. Like I thought, I feel like everything in the base game really worked out for this build. So it actually was not super hard. I think this was like one of my fastest builds I've done in a very long time because I just didn't really struggle too much with anything. So yeah, I really do like this build. I think it's super fun, and I forgot the stairs. So I had to move the stairs around, and I was like, I don't like any of these stairs, and then I was like, I can switch the wallpaper on the stairs. So, and then the railings and the stairs railings and like the railing for just, handles like that, I can never get them to match, which is just so frustrating, and I was like struggling to figure out which ones matched. So I was just like, it's fine, whatever, we're just gonna go with it. So I struggled a little bit with the floor plan upstairs. Downstairs was not as hard, but this was definitely harder, just because I was trying to like make it work and like not have any weird empty spaces and kind of make it not like an open floor plan, like very not modern and not classic. Like I just wanted like a classic, like kind of closed, like small hallways, stuff like that. So I wanted a guest bed, so I did a guest bed in there, and then I did the master, which you'll see here in a little bit. So I really do like. The only things I don't like about the base game are the beds. I struggle a lot with the beds in this game, actually. because I have like an idea of a build that I want to do, and then none of the beds really match it. Like the, the bed matches, but then the deck, like the sheets don't match. So it's just, I just struggle with that a little bit. And I was struggling with the placement, and then I was like, I can do a hallway and like do a bathroom in there, and that'd be perfect. So I did a little bathroom. This is getting the little kids' room, which I really, really think came out so cute. So I did want to do like two, kids' beds and then one toddler bed, which I just thought was super cute. And I wanted to do like pink, blue, and green, so, all genders and stuff like that. So that was very fun. And I love the lights, like to keep away the nightmares for the little kids. I thought that was a super cute addition. I think Sims really did super well with that. I also did a lot of windows in the kids' room, mainly just because I don't use the curtains in a lot of the packs because I don't love using the curtains. We all know this. Me and curtains don't really get along super well because I can't ever get them to work. But I thought it was a really nice addition because I also wanted to make sure that the outside of the house had enough windows, just because it is a pretty big house. It is a pretty big build. And then again, like the little kitty toilet and like the two sinks, like for visitors and things like that, because, grandparents always want their kiddos to come over and stuff like that. And again, me with the curtains and the blinds, it's just a whole thing. So, I wanted to try to use some of the older looking tiles and floors and stuff like that. So I thought that was really fun. I really struggled with the size of this master bedroom. I couldn't figure out the size of the bathroom and like what was going to fit in there and stuff like that. And I was like, that's so not playable. So I've actually had to, pause the game and like go and see if it's playable a couple times, but I did edit that out so that we don't have to see my weird little sim I made. But so yeah, I struggled a little bit with trying to figure out what I wanted to do for the layout of the master because it is a really small bedroom. So, because it does look like a really big build, but I think just the layout of this place just doesn't work out with having a whole lot of room. So I just checked and made sure that that bed is playable. You can get in. You can also get into the bathroom. So that's why I'm just doing a couple finishing touches and stuff like that right now. So yeah, I had a lot of fun with this build. I thought, using some of the fun, wallpapers and things like that was super cool. So I'm really glad I did it. I think it was a fun challenge for me. I do want to try to do a modern base game build just because a lot of the stuff in the base game is not modern at all. So I wanted to try to do that, and then I was like, let's do some finishing touches around the house, put some more windows. But yeah, so the house that I based this off of had that little alcove where the front door is, which I thought was just so cute. So I wanted to try to do that, and I think that's why the layout's so weird because of that little alcove. And then also, one of the things that I don't love a whole lot about some of the wallpapers is you can't use them when you have two stories because then they have like that weird little like side white strip on the corners. So then you can't use that. And then I just felt like it didn't match, but that's fine. And then also that little window right there up in the guest bedroom has that mirror. And I definitely was like, why is there a person in my house? It's a mirror. It's fine. Everything's fine. And also the house that I inspired this off of, their house is super lifted, and I wanted to try to do that, but then I also was like, it's a grandparents' house, so like I didn't want to put too many stairs. So I did want to try to, make it a little more grandparent friendly since that's kind of, the target crowd I'm doing for this build. So, but yeah, and I really like those railings. I think those railings are super pretty. A little outdoor area grill, a little all base game, which I thought was really cool. I do wish that I would have put this little garden I'm making right there a little bit closer, just so that way it was a little bit closer to the deck, but that's okay. I didn't want to have to move that around. I actually did like the outcome of it. So I do love how that little garden area came out. I figured, that'd be a really cute little sitting area for grandma and things like that, just to kind of sit and, garden and sit around with her garden. And I really like doing the arch, which I only really use for like wedding venues and things like that. So here's my walkthrough. Again, I'm trying to get better with the walkthroughs. I also filmed this during a heat wave, which I was like, I should have changed that before I started filming, but I realized it after. So I was just like, I'm just gonna go with it. It'll be fine. Like I only did a little bit of the outside anyway. The dining room I thought was super cute. Again, I love the kitchen. I also love the little seating area and the den, like where it's just like the computer and like the bookshelf and stuff like that. Also love that painting right there. I think that's super cute. That wallpaper is just so perfect for like grandma's house. Like I think my great grandmother actually had that in her house. So I really like this build. It really brought me some comfort like during all of this, COVID-19 stuff and being stuck at home, which is really fun for me most of the time because I can play Sims all I want. So it was definitely nice, to be able to do that. But I'm struggling with being inside, so I'm trying to, do, YouTube and, things like that just to kind of get us through all of this. But I do really like this build. It definitely did bring me some comfort. So hopefully this brought back some memories for you guys about your grandparents, your great grandparents, stuff like that. Again, very old school looking, which I like. And then I also, halfway through the build, I realized I didn't put a back door, so I had to put that in. So it's kind of a little funky in that little corner, but that's okay. That's okay. Again, in a heat wave, I regret not changing it, but here we are. I realized that when I was editing, and I was like, I'm gonna just leave it. It's fine. But yeah, I thought the little garden area was super cute. Like that's something my grandmother would totally use. So thank you guys again for tuning into my videos. I really appreciate it. All the support, continued support from everyone. Don't forget to hit like, subscribe, comment below if you liked this build, what you want me to build next. I do want to build that other house from the same neighborhood eventually. It's definitely going to be kind of a large build, long build, so stay tuned for that one for sure. But again, thank you guys so much for tuning in. I really appreciate it, and I hope you guys are doing well with everything going on in the world. Stay positive and stay tuned. Thanks.